Hello, it's Lock Noob again. In the vise today is quite a nice little padlock. It's an Abus 54 Ti/40. Very light, actually, very light. I assume that it's called titanium because it's some kind of titanium aluminium alloy. Somebody can correct me or let me know in the comments. It's a nice looking padlock. Let's see what we can do getting it picked. Just as a point, I normally pick my locks this way up. I don't know why. Just you know how you start doing these things, and that becomes comfortable. But despite giving this a bit of a clean some WD-40, I found that pin 1, as you can see there, tends to get stuck if you nudge it, and that tends to overset the pin. So again, I tried flushing it with some WD-40 and a few other bits and bobs, but I found that actually the best way to do it is to let gravity do some of the work for you, so that if you do nudge that pin, it should just fall down on its own accord. Now it's nicely cleaned and greased up, or at least you can just give it a little flick to bring it down if it doesn't. So little tip there for anybody who's got some problems with oversetting pins where they shouldn't be oversetting is maybe just pick your lock upside down, give it a bit of lubrication, and hope for the best, really. Okay, so let's pop that in the vise. What we're going to be using today, going to be using a Mad Bob's 1.2mm curved tension wrench. It just fits in really nicely by the pins here, and as you can see my finger resting on it there, it just feels really nice, and put light tension on the core. It feels comfortable. You also notice that there's a little gap here that I've left, and that's because this is a very small lock, and this does tend to rest on the pins if you're not too careful. So it's a balance between getting the right tension and security in terms of not letting that tension wrench fall out, and also not binding up those pins. The pick of choice, again, I've used this a lot recently, is this Sparrow's Euro hook. Quite good on these small locks because, as you can see, there's quite a small keyway, and this just fits in all the way down without actually touching any of those pins at all. Okay, so let's see what we can do picking it wise. Start at the back, as always. No particular reason other than that's the way we do things normally. The side pin, let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pin 4 seems to be talking to me. Just adjust that tension wrench a bit. There we go. Let's try again. So pin 4 again. Pin 3. Try and get on pin 3. I think we're back to pin 4 actually. Okay. I think I overset something, so I'm going to reset again with a 4-pin lock. Especially, if you're going to overset a pin, just start again. Right, here we go. pin 1, pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4. It seems like pin 4 is, there we go, set pin 4, pin 3 now, pin 3's been set, pin 2, a bit of resistance from pin 2, doesn't want to be picked yet. Let's see, pin 1. There we go. Now we've got an open. Pin 2 was really bound up. I was putting light tension on, but it just didn't want to go. So there you go. It was pin 2 that's holding us back all that time. You see, oh, spring tension on that core. And I can show you what the key looks like now. So there we go. It's a 4-pin lock. Reasonable bitting. You can see that pin 4, which is actually the first binder, barely needs to be set at all, and my experience is that you've got to be light on these. Those pins overset really easily on these Abuses, and the tolerances on them are fantastic compared to some other locks around this price range. So I actually quite like these Abus locks. I think that they you know, they're not as easy to pick as their size and security level might suggest. So again, they've got a very deep set pin here, then a couple mid-range. But it works very nicely. Like I said, it's a really nice lock, and it's an interesting pick. It involves a bit more precision than, like I said, similar locks in that sort of price range and size. Okay, see you next time.